Counter-Strike is an extremely popular franchise, with the newest release of Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike 2, averaging around 700,000 players every single month. Counter-Strike has had a long history of games, starting all the way back in 1999 with the original beta. This started the line of multiple games, but one of these games is obscure and basically never comes up in discussion of the franchise. This game is Counter-Strike Condition Zero. In 2001, Valve was ready to take the next step into Counter-Strike, hiring Rogue Entertainment to work on a sequel. But this sequel wasn't one you would expect. Originally, Rogue Entertainment started work on a single-player campaign for a Counter-Strike game, which in today's standards sounds insane for Counter-Strike's mainly multiplayer focus. This single-player campaign was very similar to Counter-Strike Condition Zero deleted scenes, which we'll mention later. But the producer for this single-player campaign left the company, leaving the project floating about when Gearbox Software decided to snatch it up. Gearbox added a new single-player mode, not a campaign though, where you basically just play normal matches of Counter-Strike but with bots, and it's a good way to play if you're either offline or you don't want to stress about the challenge that real players and their one taps to the head with an AK give you. But after about 15 months of development, or in August of 2002, they completely stopped working on the game for literally no reason. So Ritual Entertainment took the game and started working on a new single-player campaign, unrelated to the campaign that Rogue Entertainment had made. This campaign was what would become of Counter-Strike Condition Zero deleted scenes, but I'll go deeper into deleted scenes in another video. After Rogue Entertainment finished their campaign around June of 2003, Valve took the project and handed it over to the last developer that would be associated with the project, Turtle Rock Studios. Once getting the project, they immediately started work, adding all of the original multiplayer features to the game, and after multiple delays, passing around game studios and other complications, the game was finally released in 2004. Yeah, this game took 4 years to develop, and the worst part is it came out just months before Counter-Strike Source, making it completely irrelevant a few months after its initial release. And now, with the history set and done, it's time to talk about the game itself, seeing if it really beats out Counter-Strike 1.6 in a major way. Actually jumping into gameplay might seem a little, well, underwhelming. Literally just looks like Counter-Strike 1.6. On the surface it might, but Counter-Strike Condition Zero did add improved graphics, adding more detail to the weapon models, improving the textures, and changing the models to seem more like real guns. Like how the AK has actual iron sights now instead of a big triangle from 1.6. These new weapon changes also come with new animations for some weapons, like the knife is now held more like how it's held in CS2, and how there are different animations for the Galil AR. SG552, FAMAS, and some other ones. But for some reason, they actually reverted all of these animation changes in Counter-Strike Source. Maps are also improved graphically, including much more detailed textures, small changes to the maps to add more flair to the environment, and many more smaller tweaks as well. Basically, Counter-Strike Condition Zero is like a remaster to Counter-Strike 1.6, in the multiplayer department at least. But the main focus of Counter-Strike Condition Zero is the single-player compartment from Gearbox Software. This single-player mode is called Tour of Duty. I wonder where they got that from. And going into the menu, you can see 18 different missions, all on different maps with different challenges to complete. After picking a mission, you must select your team of bots to help you, and they all have different stats, categorized by 3 categories: skill, co-op, and bravery. These stats affect how they perform on the battlefield. Like if one teammate has very good bravery, but a low-skilled co-op stat, they might charge the enemy team with a little too much confidence and get themselves killed. The more you continue to play, however, the more teammates you can recruit, but that also comes with the more enemies on the terrorist team as well, increasing the difficulty in each level. But outside of single player, there isn't much else to the game. It's really just an improved version of Counter-Strike 1.6, and that's what makes it special. I love Counter-Strike 1.6, and I still play it often. But I play Condition Zero much more because of its objective improvements over 1.6 that makes it even more fun. It's definitely my favorite Counter-Strike because it keeps the basis and general style of 1.6 while improving on it, and I love 1.6 and Gold Source in general. So with every piece of Condition Zero, it meets mine, and possibly many others' quota. The game, though, isn't very popular, sadly, only having about an average of 250 players, while CS 1.6 averages around 7,000 to 8,000 players. Overall, Counter-Strike Condition Zero is a great pick for a Counter-Strike game. It's basically got anything you'd want in a CS game. It's not graphically intense either, meaning it runs well on lower-end PCs. Though even with these upsides, the downsides are really just that CS2 is completely free to play, making Condition Zero almost irrelevant. And combined with the fact that it's not nostalgic for most due to its lacking popularity and that CSS came out just months later, it's an extremely overlooked game, and I think it needs more attention. The winter sale is coming soon at the time of making this video, so if you found this game interesting from this video and you want to give it a shot, it'll probably only cost $1 or $2 by the time this sale comes. So if you're up to it, spread some love in the very small community of this game, because this game is just so underrated, but so much fun as well. Okay, I'd just like to mention before we start this section of the video, this is completely unscripted, because this was not meant to be in the video. This wasn't in the script. This is just some things I found out while editing that were incorrect, and I don't want to spread misinformation on the internet. So before we roll the outro, I'm going to mention these first. Number 1, Gearbox was, they actually weren't making a single player campaign that would end up becoming Tour of Duty. Tour of Duty was actually created by Turtle Rock Studios. What Gearbox was doing is they were actually trying to make a deleted scenes campaign themselves. But Valve didn't like how they were doing it, which is why they got dropped off. They didn't give a reason for why they left, but Valve was kind of pressuring them. They were saying they didn't like how they were doing it. So then they got Ritual Entertainment decided to pick it up, and then that's what became Deleted Scenes. Turtle Rock were the people who made all of the Tour of Duty stuff. So they made all the single player, like bot fighting and whatever. Everything else, so basically every other part is about Deleted Scenes. Completely my fault. I should have read a little more. I'm not very used to researching. For like, okay, I of course like look up stuff and I take information, but I'm a very chronic skimmer. I just look through stuff. So I see single player and I thought they were making the single player mode. I'm very sorry. I will make sure to do more in-depth research. Just wanted to mention that. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I know it has been a while since my last video, and especially my last commentary video, but I'm back now, and I'll be making more videos related to Valve and other games as well. I got burnt out on making videos, and I caught up with school as well, but winter break is approaching, so new videos will be expected soon. Anyways, again, thank you so much for watching to the end, and if you want to see more of these commentary videos, consider subscribing to the channel. No pressure though. And goodbye.